Welcome to Friday Night Hoops on CPSN. We've got ourselves a ranked battle here in the Hyder. Junior Jays back home for the first time, and it's been a while, Colton. It's been about 2 weeks, but the Junior Jays back on their home court as they welcome the 6th-ranked Millard North Mustangs. Both of these teams, it's been a bit of a strange season for both of them, but they've got a chance tonight to really prove and really come out with a statement win and really prove what they're made of.
Yeah, big night for Creighton Prep, having the pep rally earlier in the day, game here tonight, and then hoop coming immediately after. It would be nice for them to get a win and keep the good vibes going here today.
So let's take a look at the top 10. It's really shaken up as the season has gone along. Another new number 1 on the year is Westview, as they sit at the top of the NEB Preps coaches poll with a 16-1 record after taking down Papillion La Vista South last week. West Side slips to 3, Prep down to 4, North Star rounding out the top 5, and Mustangs on the outside looking in of the top 5, but they've got a gigantic opportunity tonight, as we said, to make a huge statement.
Westview has definitely been the surprise of this year, a very young team. They were solid last year in just their second year of being a Class A school, but now in year 3, they're 16-1 over their first 17 games. They're only lost to Creighton Prep, coincidentally enough, in the Metro Conference tournament. Ended up beating Prep again at home by just a point, and then beating Papio South by a point. This is really anybody's year. In this top 10, I think any of these 10 teams, and maybe some of the teams that aren't even ranked in the top 10, could seriously contend for a state title this year. It's very competitive, and it's a major change of pace from the last couple of years that have been dominated by Bellevue West and Millard North, who I believe that's a matchup for the last 5 state title games.
Absolutely. It has been the last 5 years in a row has been Millard North and Bellevue West. The back-to-back reigning champions, Bellevue West, sitting down at 8 at 9-7 on the year. So definitely a struggle out of the gate as we approach February. We'll take a look at the last time the Mustangs played a Class A opponent. We'll get back to that in a second, but about 2 weeks ago, taking down their rival Millard South in pretty commanding fashion, as Millard South has had a very solid start to the season, but no issues for the Mustangs that evening 2 weeks ago on their home court against their rival.
Their star senior big man, Derek Rollins, went off in that game 23-14. They kind of struggled from the three-point line, only going 3 for 12, and free throws have kind of been an issue for them all year as well, making just over 50% in that game, but they took care of the basketball and got a big win over their rivals, who are also in the top 10. That was a big win for them, and they look to get back to that, and like you said, their first Class A game in a couple weeks.
Absolutely. Millard North, I feel like this is really a testament to how strong their defense has been. They held the Patriots to 35% from the field, which was their worst in over a month, dating back to December 13th. So some strong defense for the Mustangs. We'll take a look at the Junior Jays last game this past Tuesday as they went to Benson and to face the Bunnies for the second time of the year. And they similar outcome to the first time around. It was a very commanding win from the Junior Jays. A bit of a slow start in the first half, but as you can see, that third quarter, Junior Jays took off, and they really never looked back.
And the stat to look at for that game, just 7 turnovers for the Junior Jays, their fewest of the entire season. For a team that has struggled with taking care of the basketball as a young roster, having a game like that is huge for them. They need to carry some of that and continue keeping it safe and not giving the opposing team free possessions in a game where you have a feeling it's going to be pretty close.
Yeah, and these high-profile matches, or these high-profile matchups, it's been the Junior Jays struggling to hold on to the ball. Against against Westside, it was over 20 turnovers for the Junior Jays, and they were still almost able to eke out a win. So if they're able to take care of the basketball, it really opens up a lot for their offense to really command the game. And you can see there on the other side of the ball, it's similar to the Mustangs. Defensively, Junior Jays holding the Bunnies 28% from the field, which was their lowest clip of the season.
Yeah, the Junior Jays have had a lot of games where they've played really strong defensively, even in some of the games that they've lost. especially their 2 matchups against Westside and their game against Westview as well. They've played really solid defense all season long. It's just been their offense that's been a little bit inconsistent throughout the year.
Now we'll take a look at the impact players for tonight's game, as these 2 senior centers going to be facing off in the paint all night long. Start on the side of the Mustangs. Derek Rollins, coming back after an incredible junior year, is putting up video game numbers, averaging a double-double every game.
Yeah, Derek Rollins leading Class A in double-doubles with 10. Trinell Parker on the other side, as you can see, about 16 and 6, shooting really efficiently from the field. What's stuck out has been, even in a significantly changing landscape in Class A this year, it's been the seniors that have been the carrying point for a lot of the top teams, namely Millard North with Derek Rollins, Prep with Trinell Parker, Bellevue West with Robbie Garcia, Papio South with Bryson Ball. It's been the seniors that have really made a big impact, and they're going to need to deliver in the state tournament, which they've built a lot of experience up in over the last couple of years.
Absolutely. Now we will take a look at how these 2 teams match up their resumes. Millard North, all 4 of their losses coming to teams currently ranked in the top 10. Junior Jays with 4 high-profile losses as well. 21-point loss to Millard South, but other than that, it was 2 close losses to Westside and then a 1-point loss to Westview. And as you mentioned, Junior Jays still the only team in the state to have beat the Wolverines up to this point. Back in the Metro quarterfinals on December 30th, it was a 60-57 win. But on the other side, Millard North with some, as mentioned, very high-profile losses.
Yeah, and if you're going to have to beat one of these 2 teams, you're going to have to work for it. Both of these teams, 3 of their 4 losses have been by single digits. All of them have been to really good teams, particularly in the case of Millard North last week, losing to Vashon in Missouri, who is ranked number 34 in the nation according to Max Preps. They've got multiple highly ranked guard recruits. That was an extremely tough game for Millard North, and they ended up only losing by 2 in a game that would have been understandable if they lost by a lot more. Both of these teams can hang in there with anybody in the state, and it's just going to be getting everything they can out of every single possession in this game that's going to make a major difference.
Absolutely. Well, we will step aside, and when we come back, we will get you geared for this top 10 matchup in Class A. It's the Mustangs and the Junior Jays from the Heider Center. When we come back, it'll be lineups and tip-off. You're watching Class A Hoops here on CPSN. We welcome you back to the Hyder Center. We will start things off with the starting lineups for the Mustangs. It'll be Major Mosser, Corian Gallatin, Amari Rahman, Derek Rollins, and Deacon Courtney.
Derek Rollins, obviously the standout of this lineup, but another player to note, Major Mosser, him and his older brother Neil were really the death of the Junior Jays when these two teams played here last season. Junior Jays will look to contain him better today.
Derek Rollins, one of the top players in the state of Nebraska. As this Millard North team, it's been some consistency issues throughout the year. There are times when this team looks like the best team in the state, and there's other times when it seems like there's a lid on the basket. As they definitely hope that's not the case tonight as they come into the Hyder Center to take on the Junior Jays of Creighton Prep. And we will take a look now at the starting lineup for the 4th-ranked team in Class A. It'll be Torrin Carter Brown, Cooper Knight, Kyle Tubrick, Max Jungers, and Trinell Parker. It's been the same starting lineup for a while at this point. So they're getting a lot more comfortable in their roles. So it will look to most likely be Deacon Courtney and Trinell Parker that will take the tip. So we will see which of the big men will get on top of things early. A lot of height from both of these teams.
And another thing to note before getting started, we've mentioned it all year, this Junior Jays team is at their best when Torrin Carter Brown is shooting well. They feel unbeatable whenever he's making his shots. Getting him going early today might be a key to getting a victory here against a really good Millard North team.
Tip is won by the Junior Jays, and we are off here from the Hyder. Glad you could join us, and should be a good one. As here's the Junior Jays on offense to start things off. Kyle Tubrick from the top of the key. Carter Brown gets it in to Parker, working on Mosser in the paint. Backing him down, a little too strong. Off the back iron, and Mosser comes down with the rebound.
And he had the size advantage there against Mosser, but just a little bit too strong and bit of a rough early possession miss.
Rahman loses it as he goes up, and Jungers will come back down with it. Now here's Carter Brown driving in, keeps his footing, and now here's Parker. Jungers trying to work in on Rollins. Kicks it out to Parker. Working inside. Now kick out to Carter Brown. In the corner. Step back with 8 to shoot. Carter Brown gets it back. Loses it but regathers himself. Kick out to Jungers for 3. No good. That one was short, but it comes out to Carter Brown with the offensive rebound. And a fresh 35 for the Junior Jays. Jungers gets it into Parker. Nearly has it stripped away. Now works underneath and gets it to go. Deacon Courtney with the coverage on Trinell Parker down in the paint. But Parker able to get the hard-fought bucket to go as the Junior Jays get on the board first.
That was some aggressive defense there from Millard North on that possession, but Trinell Parker, despite losing his dribble, able to keep it alive and get a bucket to put the Junior Jays on the board first.
Courtney's 3 from the top of the key is long, and here comes Carter Brown on the other end. Cooper Knight gets a look for 3. That one misses. A little too strong on that one. Now here come the Mustangs back in transition. Rollins in the corner working baseline. Here's Gallatin. 12 on the shot clock. Rollins to Mosser in the corner for 3. Yes, sir! Mustangs with their first bucket of the game, and they'll take the lead Here are almost 3 minutes into the game. It's 3-2.
And the three main scorers for this Mustang team, Major Mosser, Corian Gallatin, and Derek Rollins, all very proficient from beyond the three-point line.
Tubrick tries to answer, and he does. Corner three from Kyle Tubrick. And Junior Jays right back out in front.
I don't think you can say enough about how much Kyle Tubrick has stepped up after replacing a Yule Dang in the starting lineup after he got hurt earlier in the year. Been really solid for him.
Deep three from Major Mosser. And now three straight possessions with a deep ball from both teams. As the offense is looking to start up a little more. That pass from Parker is intercepted by Rahaman on the other end. The reverse layup is good. And there's another turnover for the Junior Jays. That's something they're going to want to avoid here in this one. Here's Tubrick again for three, no good. And it's Courtney with the rebound.
And turnovers feel like the main issue for this Junior J team all year. Struggling a lot with making good passes and taking care of the basketball. Can't afford to give them easy buckets like that one from Rahaman.
Mosser, another three. He's on fire. Major Mosser with three triples here to start things off. He's got 9.
And if he's shooting that well, you can't leave him that open.
It's an 8-0 run for the Mustangs. Carter Brown, kick out to Tubrick, and Carter Brown double dribbled. So a turnover will give the ball back to the Mustangs. We apologize for some technical difficulties. But Trinell Parker with a bucket. As we were off, there was no scoring, so they remained 11-5 up until that point, now 11-7. And that three in the corner is no good from Lance Smith, who's checked into the game. Now a steal from Major Mosser. Driving into the lane. That one just can't get it to go. Here's Lance Jones out for three. That's Corian Gallatin, and the Mustangs are deep threats early. Timeout, Creighton Prep.
Gallatin and Moss are the two guys you can't let get open shots, and they've got plenty of them so far in the first. Junior Jays need to step up and do a lot better defending the three ball.
Friday night hoops on CPSN. We'll step aside. We welcome you back to the Hyder Center. Mustangs with 4 early threes to make this a 14-7 game with just under 2 to go in the first quarter. Yul Deng has checked into the game, as well as Sam Bonet and Connor Peters. As here's Trinell Parker working his way inside, and he's fouled on the way up.
A lot of the offense has ran through Trinell Parker early on. They're going to need to keep getting him the basketball in advantageous positions down low. He gets to the line, trying to cut this down to 5.
First free throw is no good. Parker, a 74% free throw shooter on the year coming into tonight. As he splits his pair. Junior Jays have dropped back into his zone here early. We saw that against Central, and it worked very well in the first half. So see if it pays dividends for the Junior Jays going forward in this one. As Lance Smith tripped trying to drive into the lane. Here's Bonet on the other end. A Euro step, makes the man miss and lays it in.
Getting the turnover and a quick transition bucket there. That's something they're going to need to do a little bit more of, get any free possession that they can.
That was Jack Chambers trying to drive in, and he got fouled on the ground. So it'll be an inbounds pass underneath the hoop. As the clock ticks just under a minute, 59.8 seconds to go in the first quarter. The Junior Jays have drawn back within 4. Here's Rollins inside. Out to Chambers. Driving, gets some separation, gets a jumper, and in and out. And Deng down with the rebound. Here's Carter Brown out to Bonet for 3. That one's off the back iron, no good. Smith comes down with the rebound. As that one's stolen away, Carter Brown comes down with it, and an easy bucket. Quick 5-0 run for the Junior Jays. This is a 2-point game as the Mustangs can hold for the final shot if they'd like.
That was a bit of an improvised press there. Connor Peters putting a lot of pressure, and a bad pass. Torrin Carter Brown just right there to take advantage of it and get the Junior Jays a free basket.
Carter Brown nicked with a foul there on the far end. Only the second team foul for the Junior Jays, so no threat of a bonus for them.
The Mustangs getting both Gallatin and Mosser back in there.
15 to go here in this opening quarter as the Mustangs look to add on before the end of the quarter. Mosser has to put up a shot. That one's off the mark, no good. And that will do it for the first quarter. Junior Jays were down by as much as 7, but they've pulled back within a bucket. It's 14-12. Millard North with the lead after 1. We'll step aside. You're watching Friday Night Hoops right here on CBSN. We welcome you back. Second quarter just underway here from the hider. Mustangs with a 2-point lead after one, as that hook shot from Rollins is short. And the Junior Jays come down with it. Here's a Yul Dang on the other end. Back into the lineup for the first time in a few games, or first time in a while, but nonetheless, Carter Brown with a mid-range jump shot to tie things up at 14. It's a 7-0 run for the Junior Jays after a timeout.
And the Junior Jays love running that pick and roll with Torrin Carter Brown. It's usually him and Trinell Parker. This time it's Max Jungers. It works all the same. Gets in the lane. Short little jumper, and he knocks it down.
Here's Rollins at the top of the key, trying to drive in on Jungers. Has to put up a tough shot. That won't go. A good rebound there from Dang. And here come the Junior Jays in transition. Dang underneath. And can't get it to go. Try to get a reverse layup, but he was guarded by both Chambers and Rollins underneath the basket. Here's a drive. Gallatin can't get it to go. And neither team able to buy a bucket here to start the second so far. Connor Peters going to step into a three. No good. Mosser comes down with the rebound. Now here's Rahaman. Dumps it off to Chambers underneath. Count the basket and one. It was Rahaman driving, but a nifty pass to Chambers underneath. And the sophomore able to draw the foul and get the bucket to go. So he'll go to the line to try and make it a three-point play. Knocks down his free throw, and he'll get subbed out as Deacon Courtney comes back in. Some good minutes there from Chambers, and good minutes there for the Mustang bench.
Now all of Millard North's starting five back in the game.
Carter Brown, and he traveled. So another turnover from Carter Brown. Something that he's struggled with throughout the year, especially in games such as these. But now down on the other end, here's Courtney left open on the side. That one's no good, and here comes Dang quickly to the other end with the rebound. Corner three from Dang. That one's off the mark. Rollins with the rebound.
Feels like neither team can make a shot early on in the second. A lot of open opportunities, but nothing's really fallen outside of one bucket for each side so far.
There's this one into Rollins. As he went up and contested Parker, he was able to knock it away, but Rollins able to draw the foul in the process.
Derek Rollins, the Mustangs' leading scorer with about 19 a game, looking to get his first point so far at the line. They haven't needed his scoring to take the lead so far. As he gets that first bucket, their lead gets up to 4.
So Rollins with his first point of the game. And that's what the Junior Jays need to do if they want any success in a game like this, especially against a team such as Millard North with such a prolific scorer such as Derek Rollins, as he knocks down both of his free throws. So Mustangs back up by 5 now. We're just about 3 minutes into the second. Here's Parker, guarded by Rollins. Trying to drive in the lane and nothing going. Still 15 on the shot clock. Bonet gets tangled up, and it's going to be a foul on Amari Rahaman. That's his second. So he will most likely be subbed out, and he will. It'll be Trevor Bailey, the junior, in to replace him. Here's Jungers. Gets in the lane, makes Mosser miss in the air and gets an easy bucket. Jungers coming off last Saturday, he had his career high 26 at Central. Junior Jays would love another performance like that from him tonight if they can get it. Rollins underneath, gets it to go over Parker. And a quick 4 for the Mustangs' leading scorer.
And the Junior Jays just kind of lost track of him underneath. Gets an easy layup there.
As Carter Brown gets free and a nifty reverse layup is good. And now both these teams trading buckets back and forth.
And if Torrin Carter Brown can get into the lane and get shots like that, this Junior Jays offense is going to do really well.
Mosser tries to hand things off to Rollins outside the perimeter, guarded by Jungers, has it knocked away. Some good defense there from the sophomore. Gallatin with a nifty pass to the corner. They leave Rollins open for 3. That one's no good, and Bonet able to come down with the rebound.
Some really aggressive play from both teams on that possession, staying disciplined not to foul, and the Junior Jays force that miss from Rollins.
Jungers a long 3. That one just misses. Deep ball not working so far for the Junior Jays. That shot from Mosser off the mark, and Cooper Knight is fouled on the way down, trying to come down with the rebound. He'll get it on Trevor Bailey.
Yule Dang checking back in for Trinell Parker.
Neon-themed birdcage tonight. It's the student section packed for the Junior Jays. They look to try and pull back in this one. Only down 3 at this point. Carter Brown tries to get into the lane, lost the ball. It's going to be a tie-up, and they're going to call a jump ball, so it will remain with the Junior Jays as they have the arrow. So to stay on this end with 6 on the shot clock.
Now with just 6 seconds left, be interesting to see what play they draw up.
Knight to Jungers, straightaway 3. That one bounces up and off the rim and trickles out of bounds. It'll last touched by the Junior Jays. So some good defense there from the Mustangs. Able to force a shot late in the shot clock and still force the Junior Jays to come up empty. Now they're back on the other end. Gallatin. Here's Bailey driving baseline. Excuse me, that was Lance Smith. Now back out to Gallatin for 3, and he knocks it down.
Gallatin shooting 46% from 3 heading into this game. You can't leave him that open. And he ends up just doubling this lead by knocking down the open 3 ball.
Here's Connor Peters with a 3. That one no good off the back iron, and the Junior Jays just unable to find any success from deep so far. Here's Gallatin. Rollins for 3. Yes, sir! The Mustangs, on the other hand, really feeling it from beyond the arc as they've grown their lead to the biggest it's been. It's a 9-point game here with under 90 seconds to go in the first half. Peters drives inside, gets the layup to go. Here's Mosser on the other end. They're going to get an offensive foul. It'll be on Mosser. So a bit of a break there for the Junior Jays. Really able to slow this game down as the Mustangs have controlled the pace for most of the contest so far.
They shut down Derek Rollins for pretty much the first 11 minutes of this game, but last 4 or so, he's scored 7. Really getting in a groove. Junior Jays are going to have to start limiting him again as this second half is going to get underway.
Here's Peters inside, lost it. Out of bounds, off of Peters, so a turnover for the Junior Jays. Now under a minute to go here in the first half. This game's gone by quick so far, as the Mustangs hold a 7-point lead here at the Hyder. Gallatin looking for something. Gallatin inside. Now here's Akins to Smith. Smith gets in the lane. Floater off the glass, no good, but Akins down with the rebound. Gallatin out to Bailey for 3. That one's no good, and a foul called on Deacon Courtney. So that'll send the ball the Junior Jays' way, and they will have an opportunity to hold for the final shot here with 17.1 to go in the opening half.
Millard North could have held for the final shot, but deciding to push it a little bit wasn't the best shot. Gives the Junior Jays an opportunity before the end of this half.
There's a foul on Lance Smith near midcourt on Torrin Carter-Brown. That's the 5th team foul for the Mustangs this quarter, so Carter-Brown will head to the line to shoot a pair, but could very well mean that the Mustangs get another chance at a shot, as Rahaman, Rollins, and Mosser, the main scoring threats, all come back out for the final 6.8 seconds of the first half. Carter-Brown knocked down his first. That second one rattles out. Down to Mosser on the other end. He'll take a 3 off the back iron. No good, and that will do it for the first half. Mustangs with some strong three-point shooting here in the first half. They'll take a 6-point lead to the locker room. They lead things 27-21. We will step aside, but when we come back, it'll be third quarter action here from the Hyder. You're watching Friday Night Hoops on CPSN. We welcome you back to the Hydra Center. Second half about to get underway. The 6th-ranked Mustangs with a 27-21 lead as the third quarter about to get underway. Bit of an entertaining halftime show. Picklemans is here, and 3 contestants got 2 chances at a half-court shot for a free sandwich every month for a year. And how about this? Senior Jack Moore from the logo. Absolutely swish nothing but net. And we can confidently say he is one of our members of our J-Journal crew. But how about that for a halftime show, huh?
Yeah, I mean, playing basketball with him, I'm not really surprised that he made that. But
no, I was on FaceTime with him last night, and he was talking to me, talking through it with me. He's like, "Oh yeah, they're gonna let me shoot for a free sandwich. I'm gonna be very disappointed if I don't make it, because, as you mentioned, we both play with him. Dude makes those. He's putting up those kinds of shots all the time. So, no surprise from either of us that went in. But back to the top 10 matchup here between the Junior Jays and Mustangs. And have to catch our breath for the halftime excitement. But the Junior Jays force a turnover on the Mustangs' opening possession of the second half. As here's Carter Brown back to Jungers. Jungers tries to work things in, 15 on the shot clock. Carter Brown drives into the paint. Can't find a shot, now out to Cooper Knight. Gets it into Parker with 6 on the shot clock. Gets some separation, just can't get it to go though, as Mosser was there guarding him. Bit of a struggle for the Junior Jays. Leading scorer so far, only 5 points in the first half. And a lot more missed shots than we usually see out of him. Now here's Courtney underneath. Rejected by Parker. Tipped in the air, and Jungers comes down with it.
It feels like both of these teams have missed a lot of shots close to the rim so far today. Very uncharacteristic for each of these two teams. They've shot a lot better from outside, but inside it's been rough.
As Jungers shot off the mark, and he goes down hard. So now the Mustangs back in transition with numbers. Mosser, corner 3. Yes, sir! Major Mosser with his 4th 3 of the game. He's into double figures. He's got 12. And the Mustangs have once again matched their largest lead of the night at 9. Got ourselves a 31-21 ball game. Here's Jungers driving inside. That one intercepted right by Rahamid. Now on the other end is Mosser. And Rollins at the top of the key to reset things. Rollins for 3. Yes, sir! 2 straight 3s for the Mustangs, and they've stretched this lead out to double digits. It's a 12-point game here with just over 2 minutes gone here in this third quarter.
I mean, Gallatin and Rollins just ran that pick and pop to perfection. Wide open 3 for the Mustangs' leading scorer, and he knocks it down. Dang,
quarter 3. Back iron, no good, but kicks out to Parker. Working inside. He's guarded heavily, and he's fouled by Courtney. It will be a shooting foul, so he'll go to the line. That's Courtney's 2nd.
Millard North has done a really good job putting bodies on Trinell Parker down low, not allowing him anything easy down there. And even though he gets to go to the line, still not an easy possession for him.
First free throw, no good from Trinell Parker. Some subs here for the Junior Jays. Connor Peters and Sam Bonet will check in for Max Jungers and Cooper Knight. And 0 for 2 from the line, make it 1 for 4 on the day for Trinell Parker from the line. So his struggles continue as the Junior Jays come up empty, and the Mustangs back on offense, already up double digits. Reverse layup good from Rahamid. It's a 8-0 run to open up the second half for the Mustangs.
That was a play where Rahman gets a backdoor cut left wide open.
Carter Brown misses the rim. And now the Mustangs back on offense once again, as this thing could get out of hand quickly with how the Mustangs have been shooting to start off this second half. Into Rollins. He was guarded by Bonet, and Parker came from behind. Tried to knock it away, but draws the foul. So Rollins will go to the line. Rollins knocks down his first. Chambers in for the Mustangs. Tubrick, Tate Mueller, and Guat in for the Junior Jays. As Rollins takes his second free throw, as the Birdcage trying to distract him, and they are able to force him to miss the second of his two, as Tate Mueller trying to force a pass down the court is sniffed out by Jack Chambers. Another turnover for the Junior Jays. Here's Gallatin inside. Out to Rollins. He'll take a contested three. That one's no good. Chambers nearly comes down with the rebound. But now here come the Junior Jays. It's Tate Mueller bringing it up. Bonet tries to drive. Junior Jays unable to get any penetration all night long so far. Here's Bonet for three. That one goes.
Just getting something that stops that scoreless run to start the second half is huge for him.
And on the other end, a miss from Major Mosser. So if the Junior Jays want to try and cut into this lead, they're going to need to start something early and quick here. As Tate Mueller for three. That one's off the mark. The Junior Jays are only able to put up 24 so far through about 20 minutes of game.
With Millard North's interior defense being so strong to this point in the game, it's almost going to have to be the three-pointers that are going to get them back in this game.
Gallatin beats his defender to the rim and gets the layup to go. This one popped up in the air, another turnover. Here comes Derek Rollins. Into the paint, gets it. Oh, no, he traveled. So a turnover off the Rollins travel. Rahman and Mosser check out as Lance Smith and Trelly Akins check back in. Mustangs up 14. It's an 11-3 run here in the third. Here's Peters for three at the top of the key. That one's off. Once again, another possession for the Junior Jays as the Mustangs force the shot clock down to single digits. It's been a defensive masterclass so far from the 6th-ranked team in the state. Here's a deep three from Gallatin. Knocks it down. It's that kind of night for Millard North. The lead is up to 17.
I mean, it feels like it's just kind of been a landslide here in this third quarter. Things just keep progressively getting worse for Creighton Prep. And a game that was very much in reach has started to result in the Mustangs pulling away. Creighton Prep just 3 points so far in the third.
Gallatin going to try it again. That one's off the back iron, but the long rebound out to Rollins as he got tangled up with Bonet, and Bonet will get charged with the foul. as Coach Lukey will take a timeout as the Mustangs outscoring the Junior Jays 14-3 over the first 6 minutes and 49 seconds of the second half. We'll step aside. Full control for the Mustangs. They're up 17. You're watching Class A Hoops on CBSN. Out of the timeout for the Junior Jays, it'll be an inbounds pass underneath their own basket underneath the Junior Jays basket for the Mustangs as we creep towards a minute left here in this third quarter. It's been all Millard North as that was Rahman driving, and he's fouled on the way up. Foul is on Luke Squasha into the game for his first minutes. It was a shooting foul, so Rahman will go to the line to shoot a pair in the face of the Birdcage.
I mean, for Creighton Prep, you just need something before the end of this third quarter. If you don't score another point heading into the fourth, you have to feel like that's kind of just it. But ending this quarter on a high note, maybe you could pull off a major comeback late, but it's going to have to start right now.
Mustangs lead as big as it's been. It's 19. Bonet lost it, trying to drive. Now here's Rahman in transition. He has it swatted away by Bonet as he was coming down to the other end after his turnover with a head of steam, and he's able to swat Rahman. So it'll be an inbounds pass for the Mustangs.
Maybe that's the kind of spark they need. Bonet with a great hustle play there, bringing some energy back into this building for Creighton Prep.
Chambers tries to drive in. It's stolen away by Bonet. Working on Lance Smith. Tries to get it to go. He can't. Now here's Rahman. Shot clock is off. Under 10 to go. Here's Chambers from the top of the key. That one rolls out. Now rebound. Here comes Bonet. He's got only 2 seconds. Here's Guat Guat with a three. He gets it to go. So if there was any sort of life for the Junior Jays, as you mentioned, they needed to find a way to score before the end of the fourth, and they do, or the end of the third, and they do, as Guat Guat with a buzzer beater three cuts the lead down to 16. It's 43-27. Millard North with a commanding third quarter as they take a huge lead into the fourth. We'll step aside. You're watching Friday Night Hoops right here on CPSN. Don't go anywhere. Fourth quarter next. For the fourth quarter, as the Mustangs able to get out to a 16-point lead. As Cooper Knight gets the layup to go on the opening possession for the Junior Jays, who have a lot of work to do and not a lot of time to do it.
I mean, 5-0 run now after that nearly half-court shot by Guat at the end of the third, and now that layup from Cooper Knight to start off the fourth. Maybe that gets them a little bit of momentum here. They're going to need to take advantage of absolutely every offensive chance they have, though.
Shot clock down to 3. Here's Rahaman, off-balance shot. Can't get it to go. Ball is loose, but it's not going to matter as the shot clock expires. So a quick bucket and a stop on the defensive end, and the Junior Jays, as you mentioned, they're going to need something. We need to get something going quickly, but good start here to open the fourth. And here's Jungers, just inside the free throw line, no good.
Can't have that. That was a good shot underneath. It just doesn't fall. Can't afford to have possessions like that if you want to come back in this game.
Shot clock back down to single digits as Rollins finds himself wide open. Bucket is good, but the official with some words for, it seemed like the bird cage, so regardless of what that was, we will disregard as Mustangs back out to a 16-point lead. Here's a 3 swatted in the corner by Major Mosser. Now here's Knight. Out to Jungers. Driving baseline. Into Dang. Turnaround, floater no good. Corney comes down with the rebound and a foul on Jungers as he tried to tie things up. But nothing going the Junior Jays' way.
And when even those shots close to the basket aren't falling, there's really nothing you can do.
As a quick steal from the Junior Jays, as now Dang gets it to Carter Brown, straightaway 3. That one in and out, but Cooper Knight couldn't put it back. A second chance opportunity just missed. As now here's Mosser. Baseline to Rollins. Gets it up and gets it to go. Count the basket and one. They're going to get the foul on Trinell Parker. As Rollins up to 12 on the evening. Mosser's got 12, Gallatin's got 11. So all 3 starters for the Mustangs, who usually average double figures, have moved into double figures. As Rollins looks to convert on the and one. And unable to.
Just hasn't been anybody's night for Creighton Prep. Their starters have all really struggled so far. And
into Parker. He'll get an and one on the other end. Parker able to convert on the and one. He's up to 8 on the evening. Mustangs really squeezing out as much of the shot clock as they can. Rollins into the lane and lays it up and in. Some efficient possessions here for the Mustangs as they draw the shot clock down to single digits and then able to score. Here's a three from Jungers. That one's no good. Seems to be a bucket on the rim for the Junior Jays here at home tonight. As Rahman, had it stripped away, and that will trickle out of bounds off of his legs, so it'll go back to the Junior Jays. As Trelly Akins comes in for Major Mosser.
Even when it's as desperate of times as this, you need to take better shots than they have these last couple of possessions. You need to get something you can realistically make, because if you're just chucking up shots that don't really have any chance of going in, that's not going to help you out.
Fell on the floor as Knight was driving. So an inbounds incoming for the Junior Jays. Carter Brown makes a man hit the deck. Ends up passing it to Peters, who kicks it out to Cooper Knight. His three no good, but the offensive rebound coming down to the Junior Jays. Now a mid-range jumper from Carter Brown after some nifty dribbling. As he's up to 9 on the evening. As a lot of contact there as Rahman was trying to get free, and there will be a timeout called from the Mustangs. 3:41 to go here in the fourth. Still a Millard North domination so far. They're up 15, 49-34. We'll step aside. You're watching Friday Night Hoops right here on CPSN. Welcome you back to the Hyder Center. Off the timeout from the Mustangs, it's a turnover for Millard North, and Sam Bonet with the transition layup to lead down to 13.
If you can force some turnovers off of this press, that'd be huge. They don't get any that time, but just don't let Millard North hold on to the basketball too.
Rollins with the slam. The Millard North big man with 16 on the night to lead all scorers. Here's Cooper Knight for three. That one off the mark. And Rollins with another rebound. This game most likely coming to a close with a Millard North win. Mustangs will pick up their 10th W on the season, and the Junior Jays will fall to 12-5. Just been that kind of night for the Junior Jays where it doesn't seem like anything's falling. Here's a three from Bonet. That one's off the mark. As some frustrations from Coach Ludke. Probably verbalizing what a lot of this team is feeling, just feeling like they can't get anything to fall this evening. As now Mustangs, in all likelihood, just going to try and milk as much clock as they can. Here's Mosser driving. Gets a shot up and gets it to go. My goodness. It's all tangled up, but finds a way to put it in, and it's a 15-point lead once again. Here with under 90 seconds to go. Into Parker. Shot over Rollins is good. As Hammond is fouled as he crosses the timeline. That'll be the the fourth foul on Sam Bonet. As a completely revamped lineup now for the Junior Jays. Guat, Luke Squasha, Kyle Tubrick, Sheldon Galladay, and Tate Mueller in for the final 1:12 of the game as Mustangs call a timeout off the inbounds pass. Will quickly step aside. 53-40, just over a minute to go. Off the timeout for the Mustangs. They'll take their 13-point lead as that will head into the backcourt as some hustle from Tate Mueller gets it into Sheldon Galladay. Lead down to 11, and now some press issues for the Mustangs as they do retain possession. But some valuable minutes here for these guys that usually don't get a lot of varsity time as the press able to force another timeout from the Junior Jays. So Millard North spends another. 53.2 to go. We'll go ahead and take a look at the upcoming schedules for both of these squads as the Mustangs will head tomorrow back home to take on Bryan, and then they will stay on their home court and host Burke on Tuesday, and the Junior Jays will be right back here in action on Tuesday at the on the road against Lincoln Southwest on Tuesday, and then back at the Hyder next Saturday as they host the Knights of Lincoln Southeast.
And that Southeast game is going to mean a lot to this Junior J team. After losing in the district final 2 straight years to Lincoln Southeast, getting some revenge and kind of avenging past demons from this team would be pretty sweet for everyone here.
Mustangs in no hurry to try and put up a shot here as the shot clock down to 10. Gallatin now engages into Rollins. That one won't go, but he gets his own rebound. Here's Smith looking to go up, has it stripped away. Mueller gets it on the ground, and Squasha comes up with it. Here comes Mueller with 10 to go. Mueller driving baseline, out to Tubrick. He'll dribble in, puts up a shot, gets it to go. but that will do it. Millard North comes into the Hyder with a commanding 53-44 win over the 4th-ranked Junior Jays. Mustangs move to 10-4. Junior Jays fall to 12-5. Cole, any quick thoughts before we sign things off here this evening?
I don't think there's any way of getting around the fact that this is a really bad loss, not because of who they played. Millard North is a very good basketball team. They're going to compete for a state title, but just not hitting any of their shots, struggling with a lot of turnovers. This is a game they're going to have to quickly find a way to get out of their heads, because you can't let a performance like this drag you down throughout the rest of your schedule, especially this late in the season. Millard North got one of their biggest wins of the year. They're definitely going to be in the top 5 next week, but for the Junior Jays, there's a lot of questions to be answered after this one.
Absolutely. We will sign things off here tonight. Your final score, Millard North 53, Junior Jays 44. From our entire CPSN crew, Jack Cosgrove, Chris Hillebrandt, King Maxwell, our advisor, Mr. Matt Raskershek. We'll see you here next Saturday as the Junior Jays host Lincoln Southeast. But for Colton Alder, I'm Mike Knockenauer. Thank you so much for tuning in this evening and spending your Friday with us. We say so long and good night. Have a great rest of your weekend.